Hey, I'm Colonel Garuda, and today we're taking a look at the LEGO Marvel Spider-Man and Ghost Rider vs. Carnage set. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, I am not the biggest fan of LEGOs. I did grow up with it, and I had a history of kit bashing Bionicles as a kid, and towards my early teen years I started building LEGO Star Wars sets, but over time I often lost pieces and I didn't know what to do with them, and I got really disappointed. But I recently saw this at my local Walmart, and
you then put them in bins and hid them under your bed for many, many years. You even have a giant project that you've never finished. You have neglected them.
How did you know I was hiding them down there? Well, that was strange. Anyway, this Ghost Rider is Robbie Reyes, and I'm a huge fan of him in the current Avengers comics. And when I saw this, I couldn't help but pick it up because I just love his character in the comic books. Start things off by taking a look at the packaging. You got this nice fantasy shot of them in action. It's got Spider-Man swinging at you. You just got the included minifigures as well as a Spider-Man logo here. Just to let you know, this is indeed a building toy with 212 pieces. On here, not much. Here, not much. Here he's got Spider-Man swinging at you, like not a Lego form, but like a generic Spider-Man artwork of him about to shoot some webs. And then at the back, he's got another action shot, and it just shows you some of the things that this car can do, as well as Spider-Man shooting his little web at Carnage. And then up here, it just shows you that this is the actual size of the minifigures. And that's basically it for the packaging. So let's open this up, build it, and see how awesome this set truly is. And here we got the 3 minifigures that come with this set. Start things off by taking a look at Carnage. He's a decent representation of the character, but from what I've heard, this Carnage was repacked multiple times in other LEGO sets, so I can see why a lot of fans of LEGO might be disappointed that the Carnage was yet again included. In this set, but I still think he's pretty cool. He's got some really nice detail. I love the head design on him, and he's got this tendril backpack which you can just remove and can take it off. And the tendril backpack, they're all on these little hinges which are articulated, but however when you put it on them, it can make him a little back heavy, so you gotta be careful. But anyway, here's Carnage again. Oh, I forgot to mention, there also is some detail on the back, and it looks really nice. Next up is Spider-Man. Now, apparently, this is a new Spider-Man figure that was made for this set. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what some people online said about this figure. And, I don't know, it looks really nice, and as you can see, he's got these web accessories, and it can actually fire them really far. Let's see if we can get Carnage here. Nope, missed. Oh, you get the idea. And overall, I think it's a really cool feature. However, I feel like these launching projectiles on these LEGO sets can easily be lost, so I do not recommend doing that. And lastly, here we have Robbie Reyes, and wow, this is really, really cool. It's like how he looks in the comics, except in LEGO form. I was expecting it to be able to remove this fiery effect on his head, but it appears to be permanently sealed on there. Well, he just looks really, really nice. And of course, as these are minifigures, their articulation is as follows. The arms can move, head can go 360, and the legs can go back and forth. Now that we got these minifigures out of the way, let's move on to the main event. And here we got the Hell Charger, and I've got to say, this is a really awesome car. Now, what's funny is that they don't refer to this as the Hell Charger like they do in the comic books, nor do they even call it Ghost Rider's car. They just say Ghost Rider and Spider-Man versus Carnage. And I just find that really bizarre. I guess they didn't want to say hell on a kid's toy, which makes sense, but I think the build was extremely fun, it's solid, and everything just turned out well. There's a lot of pieces that go underneath here that cover things up, which make it look nice and clean. As you can see, one of the tires, the back tires are bigger than the ones up front, so it kind of makes it go like a little slanted at an angle, which I think is kind of cool. Anyway, this engine here actually has a firing mechanism where you can fire these projectiles, but I do not recommend firing these at all, because if I mentioned earlier that the Spider-Man web shooters, they can get lost easily. Well, these nearly disappeared when I was test firing them after building them. They just like flew under the furniture and took me like 20 minutes to find one of the pieces. Yeah, not fun. But you can lift this canopy open, revealing the little area inside. And one thing I do not like about this car is I wish it was wider, because this is supposed to be a muscle car, yet this is extremely sleek. I just wish it was a little wider so I can fit two figures. But anyway, you can fit Ghost Rider in here like so. You just plug him in. It's a little tricky to do sometimes, but once you get him in there, he fits in nice and snug, and he's good to go. But wait, there's more. You can set this thing on fire. And here we have the car all fired up, and I think this looks outstanding. With all these flame effects, it really gives the car more personality. However, I kind of wish that they had these tire covers with these fire effects on all the wheels instead of only two of them. I just think it would look a lot better, because in the comics this thing was completely on fire as it drove into battle. But it is what it is, I guess. And the concept of putting on all these fire effect pieces onto a figure or something really reminds me a lot of the high-grade Burning Gundam, which is a kit I do not own, but apparently it's a model kit where you have a bunch of fire accessories and you put it onto different parts of the figure and make it look like it's on fire, and that's what this reminds me of. It makes me wonder if Lego took inspiration from that kit. Either that or it's just a coincidence. But overall, this set is awesome. Definitely pick up this set if you're a fan of Legos or Robbie Reyes or Spider-Man, because I just can't get over how awesome this is. And the flame effect is what really sold it for me. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.